Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Thursday, August 31st. We got a small slate today, only a 6-game main slate. So our options are really limited today. Not a ton of options to choose from. In pitching today, it's not really that strong. We have three stud pitchers, I guess you could say. I wouldn't really consider Kyle Hendricks a stud, but we have three pitchers over 10K: Kyle Hendricks, Gio Gonzalez, and Madison Bumgarner. I do like two of these guys, Bumgarner and Gio. Definitely not going to be playing Hendricks today at 10-8, especially not against the Braves, a team that doesn't strike out at all. 10,800, that's way too much for me to pay for Kyle Hendricks. So I think if you're going to pay up for today, or if you're going to pay up for pitcher today, I like Bumgarner and Gio. If you can fit both of them in, I definitely think you can do that, but there is a mid-range or sort of a cheaper SP2 that I do like in the 7K range. So I can go with him as my SP2 and then fit in one of those expensive guys. But like I said, if you can fit in Bumgarner and Gio, definitely like that combo. I think Bumgarner and Gio are your top two options today. Then after Bumgarner and Gio, it's just not a lot of options that I really like. There's one guy I like is my SP2 we'll get onto later. But other than him, not a ton of options I see that really stand out to me. So I think Bumgarner and Gio, if you can fit that in, definitely do that. That will be a lot of pay for pitchers. I believe that's like 24K for your pitchers, which is definitely a lot. But if you can find the value, Bumgarner and Gio, pairing them together today would be a pretty smart option to do. But right now, I'm not seeing a ton of value that I really like, so I'm only going to be paying up for one of these expensive guys. The guy I like right now is Gio Gonzalez at 11,900, going up against Milwaukee. I strictly like Gio just a little bit more because I think he has a better strikeout matchup. He has more potential, or he has potential to score more points. Maybe the offensive matchup isn't as good. Milwaukee, I would say, is a better offense than the Cardinals, but Milwaukee strikes out a lot more than the Cardinals do. If you look at strikeout rate versus lefties, on the year, the Brewers are actually leading the league in K rate. They're striking out 26.5% of the time. And if you look at the Cardinals, they're going to be going up against Bumgarner. They only strike out 21%, which ranks 16th. So they're a middle-of-the-pack team in K rate, whereas the Brewers, they lead the league in K rate versus lefties. So I definitely think Gio has some upside here. If this game was actually played in Washington, I definitely think Gio would easily be the top option today. But since it is in Milwaukee, that does scare me a little bit. That ballpark is very hitter-friendly. But I think Gio can still have a solid game here. He has pitched against this Brewers team already once this year. Pitched 7 innings against them, allowed 2 runs, 5 hits, got 8 strikeouts the first time he faced this Brewers team. When he did face him earlier this year, he got the strikeouts. Gio is definitely a guy that can get Ks. We've seen him put up high amounts of strikeouts when he gets the right matchup. Put up 8 Ks against San Diego, 8 against Milwaukee, obviously, 6 against Cincinnati, 9 against St. Louis. So Gio definitely has potential to get close to 10 Ks here. Going up against a Brewers team that will strike out a lot versus lefties, I think he does have 25, 30-point potential, and I think it's more likely that he goes over 25 than Bumgarner does. I think Bumgarner is probably the safer option because of the ballpark, playing in San Francisco, and the Cardinals' offense. But I think Gio has more upside, so I'm going to be taking the little bit of discount off of Bumgarner and going with Gio Gonzalez today as my SP1 for 11,900. And then for my SP2, I think there's a clear SP2 probably everybody's going to be on today, but I think it's for good reason. And that's Michael Wacha at just 7,400 going up against San Francisco. I think this is just a really good spot for Wacha. The strikeout matchup, I don't really like the strikeout matchup. The Giants, they don't really strike out a lot versus righties, but they're just not a good offense. If you just look at the lineup the Giants have been rolling out as of late, it's not very good. And Buster Posey, he has been sitting out these last few days, so if he is out of this lineup, that's even better for Wacha. Posey is a guy that doesn't really strike out. And if Posey is out, then Nick Hundley, he will replace Posey, and Nick Hundley does strike out a lot. So hopefully Posey will be out of this lineup. That definitely is a boost for Wacha. But if you just look through this Giants lineup, just not a lot of imposing hitters. A lot of these guys don't really strike out, but they're not really powerful bats either. So I think Wacha can definitely get through this lineup. And playing in San Francisco, nice pitcher's park, probably the best pitcher's park in the game. I think Wacha can definitely have a solid game here. I think he can easily get us 15 to 20 DK points, and for just 7,400, if he does that, I will take that at the price. So I think Michael Wacha is the guy I'm going to be rolling with today as my SP2. He has actually faced the San Francisco team once this year, pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, Only got 5 strikeouts, finished with 19 DraftKings points the first time he faced this San Francisco team. If he gets me 19 DK points today, I'll definitely take that at 7,400. So I like Michael Wacha today. As an SP2, we can target, if you're not wanting to pay up for Bumgarner and Gio, I like going with Wacha for a little bit cheaper at SP2. When we go with Gio and Wacha as our 2 pitchers, still leaves us over 3,800 remaining per player, which we can work around. Shouldn't have a problem working around that. Like I said, I don't think there's a lot of value out there. There isn't like a cheap stack that I really like. But I definitely think there are one-offs that you can target. Just pick a guy that's cheap here and there. So building around these 2 shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, for my 3 hitters, the first guy I like today is going to be at first base. Not a value play here, actually sort of an expensive play. I really like, hopefully he will be in the lineup today. That's Justin Smoak at 4,700, getting a matchup against Jeremy Hellickson. I absolutely love this spot for Justin Smoak. Hellickson, a guy that really gives up a lot of home runs and doesn't strike anybody out, which is great for Justin Smoak. When Smoak's putting the ball in play, he's usually hitting it hard, hitting it over the fence. So I think this is a really good spot for Smoak, really good spot for him to hit a home run. If you look at Hellickson's numbers versus lefties, on the year he's allowed a 1.7 home run per 9. He's only striking out lefties 14% of the time. So batters are putting the ball in play versus Hellickson. And he's also given up a lot of hard contact when the ball's put in play versus lefties on the year. 47% medium contact and 34% hard contact. So I think this is a really good spot for Justin Smoak. I love the ballpark upgrade going to Baltimore. A very nice hitter's park. I think Justin Smoak's going to have a really good game today. He should be in the lineup. They said right here it says he had a sore calf muscle. He's considered day to day, and it says that he hasn't been out in over 2 months. So I guess that was just kind of sort of a day off for Smoak. He should be in the lineup today, and if he is, I really like him at first base for 4,700. And then for my final 2 plays, both of my final 2 plays are going to be in the outfield, 2 value plays I really like here. The first guy is Rajai Davis at just 3,800 going up against CC Sabathia. I love this spot for Rajai Davis just because he's so cheap, and he is projected to bat leadoff. And Davis is a guy that has a ton of upside. He does have really good potential to steal bases. If he gets on base, I definitely expect him to be running. On the year, he's stolen 28 bases. So Davis has a lot of speed, and he does have some sneaky power. He has homered 5 times this year. And playing in Yankee Stadium, that is definitely a hitter's park. So I think we can definitely target some Red Sox here. CC Sabathia, he's kind of been like up and down. He's either going to pitch a good game and ruin your stack, or he's going to get blown up, give 4 or 5 runs, and you're definitely going to have a really good stack. I was looking in CC's game log, and it seems like every game he's either given up 0 to 1 run, or he's given up like 4 or 5 runs. Hopefully today he gives up 4 or 5 runs. I definitely think this is a guy we can take some hitters against. I wouldn't really take lefties against him. He is pretty good against lefties, but to righties on the year, he's allowed 45% medium contact and 33% hard contact. So I definitely think we can target some right-handed bats against CC Sabathia. I'm just not a believer in him. I think he's old. He doesn't really have his stuff anymore. So I do like the Red Sox today. Probably won't be doing like a full stack, but maybe some one-offs like Davis, Mookie Betts, those kind of guys. Guys that could definitely take Sabathia deep, can steal bases, have a lot of upside. Rajai Davis being one of those guys with a lot of upside. Put up 20 DraftKings points in his last game against Toronto, and he only had 2 hits, but he stole 2 bases. So the speed is really why you want Rajai Davis. He has a ton of speed, can steal bases, and has the upside to get you really good fantasy games. So I like Rajai Davis for some value at 3,800. And then another value play I like, a really cheap guy, is Ezekiel Carrera for just 2,900 going up against Jeremy Hellickson. I think the Blue Jays probably going to be my favorite stack today against Hellickson. I just don't think Hellickson's that good. And I love that the Blue Jays are getting that ballpark upgrade going to Baltimore. So I'm definitely going to be picking on Hellickson today, looking to get more exposure to the Blue Jays with Ezekiel Carrera. This is another guy, very cheap value play. He is projected to bat leadoff. And he's a guy like Rajai Davis, has some sneaky power. But the main reason you do target this guy is for speed. He does have some good speed. He will steal bases if he gets on base. So far this year, he's stolen 8 bases. So maybe to start off the game, Carrera will get walked, steal second, and then Smoak will drive him in. And we can rack up the fantasy points that way. So I do like the Blue Jays today. Looking to get more exposure to them with Ezekiel Carrera for value at just 2,900. And yeah, these are my 5 plays for tonight. I went with Gio Gonzalez, Michael Wacha, Justin Smoak, Rajai Davis, and Ezekiel Carrera. When we go with these 5 guys in our lineup, we're still left with 3860 remaining per player, which you shouldn't have a problem working around. You can definitely build a lineup around this 5. Or if you want to get my full lineup, be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So if you are interested in that, be sure to message me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I do upload these videos daily, so I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'm going to be uploading my Week 1 NFL video very soon, probably sometime this week. I think I'm going to put it up on Sunday or sometime this upcoming weekend. So that's another reason you're going to want to subscribe. Have a ton of content coming out. We'll still be doing MLB and NFL. So make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you won't miss out on any videos. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Oh, sauce it down, sauce it up. You too much, ain't enough, ain't enough. Where you from? Throw it out, going nuts, yeah, going down. Sauce it down, sauce it up. You too much, ain't enough, ain't enough.